Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Talk That Anime, where we talk anime. I am your host, Terrick, and this is going to be Terrick's shenanigans by himself. I am not with the boys today, but we are doing my chapter review of One Piece. But this is just probably going to be our new intro. We haven't had an intro for the pod yet, but I'm testing this out right now.
Hello, my name is Terrick, and other way. Today we are reading One Piece chapter 1130, The Accursed Prince. And I'm just gonna say already, already read it, I read some of it already, but I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say because I've been waiting for Elbath for so long. Basically, ever since Usopp met the Giants on Little Garden, I've been wanting to see what Usopp's been wanting to do at Elbaf. Because he's been hyped about Elbaf the whole time, talking about being a brave warrior and all that stuff. Me personally, I don't think he's going to get any upgrades or anything, but what my heart says, that Usopp's going to get a nice upgrade, or we're finally going to see him do something actually other than what he did in Dressrosa, which was just a little bit. But I'm really excited about this chapter, and we're about to dig deep into this. So, first thing first, my thing with Usopp is it's been a long time since you haven't done nothing, dog, and the fact that I already know that we're at LBF now. You gotta step up, brother, and the way you've been acting so far in LBF, tough, real tough. Okay, so we're going to get straight into the chapter, and first thing first, we see Frankie, Robin, Jinbei, and Brooke all standing in front of the giants saying, "Listen up, warriors. We don't have to search no more." Basically saying they basically did everything they could to find Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Chopper, but they had so much faith in their crew that they said, "We can start looking. We already know they're going to Elbaf. We're just gonna meet them at Elbaf." And I like how Frankie's taking charge of the group while everybody else is gone. Like the Monster Trio's gone, Nami's gone, and usually Nami or Zoro or Sanji would take over when Luffy's away or something like that. But it's nice to see that Frankie, basically the dad of the group, taking charge, while the mom of the group, Robin, is they're on her. Jinbei and Brooke are all on the same page with Frankie because they have that much confidence that their crew's not dead. It's just they're just lost. Usually, what happens when Luffy goes on by himself, but he has Sanji, Nami, Zoro, and Chopper with them. So and Usopp. I can't believe I forgot Usopp already. And they already know that nothing's gonna happen to him while the monster trio's around. Okay, so they have that much confidence in them. And so the Giants are like, all right, cool, whatever. Let's all drink and stuff. Let's keep partying. But they're out of alcohol and all food. So, like Brooks said, it's like there's no point to keep searching for them when there's no food or drinks left. So they're on their way on. They're on their way to Elbath. So we go back to a little recap. Luffy did bust through the wall using mini gear 4, which is crazy to me because his base form is just getting a lot better, and the mini gear 4 Kong gun was pretty dope. But bust through the wall because they was getting chased by some giant called the Sun God, which he's not really a Sun God. He's Hydrugen's. He's on Hydra, the giant from Dressrosa's, the captain of the giant crew, Hydrugen. I think that's how you say it. He's the navigator of the crew, and he's off his little freak shit. I don't know what to say about him. Oh, gotta charge up. So like Luffy busts through the wall. He's like, it's huge, and this is actually Elbaf, and it's like a winter hailstorm out there. So everybody's like, look at the trees, look at everything, everything's huge. And when I tell you Elbaf is huge, it's where the Giants rely. I already know it's gonna be big because the Giants are big, but this island Elbaf makes the Giants look like a peck of dirt. Or no. It's like throwing a needle in a haystack. I don't know where anybody's at this point. That's the type of vibes I'm getting. It shows, and we cut back to like, are they all like this? Is that because they're all freaking out about how big the mountains, the trees, like the bridge. They have to cross a huge bridge. Well, a bridge made for giants, and they're like little ants compared to these giants at this point, and they have to they have to cross the bridge. But that's not. But not yet. We get to see the next page. We get to see some of the new giant pirates. Gerd, who is the doctor, and she pretty cute as a giant. She's pretty cute. I didn't know they had pretty giants like that because all the giants we've seen so far just look like ogres, basically. So it's a nice spin for the new pirate giants to have a doctor and a beautiful doctor, basically. And then we get Goldberg, the giant's cook, and boy, it looked like he be eating as he be cooking. He like, nah, I need a little bit more salt. And just keep eating as he goes. But he probably cooking in a big pot, so he eats his plate as he's cooking to make sure that the other giants get they pull shares. So and they're talking about how Jurgen's little brother is weird and how they don't like him and all that stuff. But Goldberg's like, he's a good navigator, and Gerd is just like, I don't care. And she's basically saying like, Loki is not the shame of Elbaf, he is. So something probably happened between Loki and the new pirate giants. And the laughs, I can't wait to hear the laughs. The laughs are like one of my favorite parts about One Piece. It's just like if you're having a bad day or anything, and you just put on One Piece and you hear like a evil villain's laugh or like anybody's laugh in general, just like it just brightens your day up. So I just can't wait to hear this Goldberg's laugh. It's like dee kiki. I can't believe I just did that, but I tried. It doesn't sound like that, but it's probably gonna sound better. And then Gerd is basically talking to her owl that's on her wrist and saying she's seen the ship, she's seen the crow that took the straw hat ship and brought it back to homie's lair. So I think they get like a gist about what's kind of going on, but they don't know because they haven't seen the straw hats yet, and the straw hats are basically hiding from the giants right now because they heard them talking about like intruders get killed or something like that. But they're not intruders. They're basically got captured and they don't even know where they're at. So everybody, Nami, the scaredy cats are freaking out, and like Luffy's about to say, "Hey," but Nami stops him and is like, "What are you doing, idiot?" But nah, that's just Nami being scared because like in reality, the dude they're in Luffy's grand fleet. So like the new pirate giants are basically part of Luffy's grand fleet, but Luffy never acknowledged them being a part of the fleet. So I think the rest of the crew is just like, yeah, whatever. They're not really there, but like they're there. But Nami's just scared, and and then she's like, "Hi, Luffy," and Usopp. Yes, Usopp heard the two giants talking about Elbaf and everything, so they know they're in Elbaf, and Usopp is so excited, tears of joy. I just hope you do something, nigga. That's all I care about. I don't care how hype you're getting or anything. Do something. This is your arc to do something, Usopp. I'm not an Usopp hater like to the point where like I want him to die or anything, but like he needs to do something. Like I can relate to. Like there's I can relate to Usopp. Like Usopp is a basic human with like average strength and stuff like that, you know? Why he has to see Chopper fight dinosaurs, Nami's creating weather weapons and stuff. And Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy, they're monsters in strength. They got monsters strength. And Jinbei, he's been a captain for a while, and he knows how to throw down too. And Brook and Frankie, they can throw down too. It's just Usopp. It's not looking good for Usopp, but I'm glad he's getting some motivation since he's on Elbaf. For some reason, he goes hard in front of the Giants, like the Giants. Usopp respected Giants and the way they live and all that stuff with warrior pride and like a warrior's death and stuff like that. But that's the opposite of Usopp. That's what Usopp wants to be, and that's what his dream is. He wants to be a brave warrior at sea. So I just hope in this arc, Elbaf, it's been building up for like 10 years or something like that. And Usopp, he's been riding with the Giants heavy ever since Little Garden. So I just hope he does something. I really hope so. And then Sanji, cornball, goofy ass. He's like, I didn't know there were beautiful giants here. Oh my gosh. Yada yada. So so let me think. It's just I'm sorry I had to stop real quick because it's just this bridge is huge and they're like little ants and they have to cross it. So they get away from the two giants because they thought they were about to get beat up or something like that or captured. So they left. And so on this giant bridge, these look like ants, and they're like, "Whoa! It shakes a lot. It's so long." It's because there's the wind, the blitz. It's a winter. It's like a winter wonderland basically, but there's a storm going on right now, so the bridge is kind of shaky. And Zoro's like, "We gotta hurry, hurry, hurry! If those giants come back out of nowhere." And then, boom! So you see, so the bridge is pretty big, and you see these wolves, like these snow wolves, giant snow wolves, just growling at the bottom of the bridge, just waiting for somebody to drop. They about to munch. They look like they're hungry too. And so you see, so you see Usopp. He's holding on to the bridge with his dear life, and then you have Zoro just taking unnecessary large leaps, like it's nothing. And then you got Luffy on top of the ropes, just scoping out, checking out, protecting his crew. You know how Luffy is. And then Sanji making sure he got his eyes on Nami, making sure she's okay. And which is funny enough, Nami is riding Chopper because he's in one of his point like his one of his points to get Nami across because there's such a big gap. So Chopper can just basically gallop over each gap. So Nami's safe, but Sanji's just making sure that she's safe. And then Zoro noticed something up with Luffy, and he says, "What's up, Luffy?" And Luffy's basically like, "Can you feel that too? Something's tingling." His spidey senses are tingling. I love that saying. I'm glad. I love Spider-Man so much, so I'm just glad that Spider-Man's kind of part of One Piece now. So good looks. And then Luffy is sensing something like he has to go check out, and Zoro's like, and then out of nowhere, Sanji's like, "Well, I'm not going, and neither are you, Zoros. You're not getting lost in no forest." Because it's so funny, because like I love Sanji and Zoro's like dynamic. I love Zoro so much, but I have a lot of respect for Sanji too, even though he does like a lot of out of pocket shit. I I respect his strength. I respect his heart, his emotional intelligence that he has, and Whole Cake is my favorite arc. So it's just like I got a special place for Sanji, but Zoro, my glorious king, he's up there, dog. And so Zoro just basically like, okay, and he said, and Luffy just basically just jump off the bridge and into the pit of snow wolves without giving a care in the world. And Luffy's like, you keep going. Everybody's like, where you going? They don't know. They're stuck on the bridge. They're not gonna go after Luffy. I don't think so. But since Sanji and Zoro's not going, the scary cats are definitely not going. And then we cut. Then we get to a different panel. Back to Frankie, Jinbei, and the Giants are with Robin and Brooke, and they're basically going over the newspaper, and they're saying like, "Why?" And the Giants is like, "What? We attacked Egghead? No, we didn't." And like the government is lying to everybody because they killed Vegapunk, but they're blaming Luffy. uh, They're blaming Luffy killing the world's greatest scientist. So that's a that's what they're running away from. Egghead was just a crazy place, and like all the crazy shit that happened at Egghead, they're blaming on the Straw Hats and the Giants. And then we get uh, Bragi and Dory's new bounty, which is 1.8 billion berries, which is ludicrous because they are not like that. I'm sorry, they're like the strongest. They're like the strongest giants we've seen so far, but they are not like that. Like the little attack they did on Kid, it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh yeah, the Giants go hard. And like the Giants had always had a sloppy and bad. I wouldn't say bad, but it had like a bad showing. Cause I feel like the Giants, you should be way stronger than fucking Luffy. Like the Giants that we seen, the Giant we seen in Dressrosa, Hydrogen. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be the hardest dude in that tournament, the Coliseum tournament. But Luffy one tapped him, and I was just like, "Hey, the Giants are not it. If they fighting like that, they can't take a hit from a little ass dude. I don't know. I can't fuck with you." So the fact that their bounty is 1.8 billion just showcased that the government only finds them as a threat because they was at Egghead and they heard the announcement and they was a part of Luffy getting away, which is Sun God Nika. They they just got there, and plus they talking about inflation because like the Giants they haven't been active in like 100 years, and the fact that their bounties 100 years ago wasn't like nowhere close to 1.8 billion, and Robin pointed out it was like inflation, and so it just shows you that like some of these boys' bounties like Buggy. Hey, I might be the biggest. I'm not the biggest Buggy hater, but I'm definitely a Buggy hater. Buggy's bounty should not be that high. He's fucking whack. Even though it's cool what he did with what he's doing with the cross skill and all that stuff, but like, man, he's whack. Whack as fuck. All right, that's enough on that Buggy slander. And so they're just going through. Oh, and as I was reading this, it was really cool that Vivi sent a message through the papers, like the pigeons that dropped the news, because she's with Morgan right now, and she put a symbol of the X that they had on their arms and during Alabastas to showcase that's who they really are. Because Mister Two can clone himself to be one of the Straw Hats, so they put the X on their hand on their arm to showcase that like that's who they really are. But I think Vivi did this to show that like, hey, I am on your side regardless what happens because I know y'all people. They basically saved Vivi's country, and Vivi's on a run because her dad died. Yeah, spoiler if y'all haven't got to that point, but like a lot of stuff happens. They're in a reverie, yada yada yada. So Vivi's with them right now, and then they're just talking about like how the government's lying and all that stuff. And Vegapunk, the one that survived, is saying, "Ha, the news is saying you killed me," even though okay, so Vegapunk did die, but he did not die. So it's just funny that Lilith is just making fun at the fact that like she's Vegapunk, but she's not dead. But they say they kill her and stuff like that. And so it's funny because like the newspaper, the only person that recognized, like kind of recognized the X on Luffy's arm is Robin because the plant at the time Robin was on Alabasta with them, but she wasn't part of the actual plan because she was Miss Sunday on Baroque's work as Crocodile's lackey. So that's how she noticed it because she plan was against her. But like the other Straw Hats, like Brooke, Jinbei, and Frankie, they wouldn't know anything about it because they wasn't even with the crew at the time. So the fact that the people that know about the X are not reading the newspaper because they're going through their own situation right now on LBAF. So it's just like, damn, Vivi, what was you trying to like? I want to know what Vivi's trying to say. So, so, oh, I think I lost my trace of thought. My bad. Okay, so the older giants are talking to the other guys on the Straw Hats, saying that Hydrogen is part of the Luffy's Grand Fleet and all that stuff. And he was supposed to come pick them up. Him himself personally was supposed to pick them up, but something's going on in Elbath that he couldn't get there. So like the fact that these giants are taking him there is like Robin, Sanji. I mean, oh shit, my bad. Robin, Jinbei, Frankie, and Broker. They're all gonna be safe with the giants because they're welcome there. The Straw Hats are welcome because they're part of the Grand Fleet, but the other Straw Hats don't know that because they think they're trespassing and all that stuff. So yeah, kind of a sticky situation, especially when you got Luffy just doing whatever he wants. The situation just gets crazier. And then as they're talking, one giant is like, you see in Elbaf, it happened while the captains were away. The king had another official child known as the Accursed Prince. He committed all manner of evil acts and was sentenced to crucifixion a few years back. So the situation that they're going through, the Elbaf Giants right now, or is still going on even though after 2 years. And, and years back, but nearly escaped his punishment. It took all of the warriors to get him under control. All of the pirate warrior giants. Now let that sink in. This island is full of warriors, and it took all the giant pirate warriors to take out one giant named Loki. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's diabolical work because all y'all it took all y'all to take him out. And that's crazy. So like he wants to do some shit. I'll tell you that. And Frankie's even like gas. Like he's like all the giant warriors of Elbaf together. Jinbei's like, what his name happen to be? They cut it off. And Brooke goes, yeah, he got a few loose screws. And Robin just like dot dot dot. And then the giant keeps going on and saying his desperate desire for a legendary devil fruit passed down through the Elbaf royal line led him to kill his own father, King Harold, and eat the fruit. Wow, wow, that's a lot to take in. I like how this is going because usually when Oda tells us about somebody that's important to that country, it's usually some crazy story which got twisted and turned because people got different agendas and people see it from different perspectives. And I like how Oda just wrote that because it's saying like, yes, he killed his dad, but they don't really know the reasoning behind why Loki did all that. So I don't know if Loki is a villain or a person that's going to help Luffy and the crew, but as of right now, I'm still on the end that like something happened and somebody told the wrong thing about the whole Loki situation. So like, yes, he killed his dad, but like, did he really kill his dad, or like, was there a situation where like he seen the killer and he got blamed for it because the killer got away, or something like that? I think something like that might have happened. And then, and since Loki got this fruit, the giant is saying the next time that Loki, the accursed prince, is unleashed, the world would be brought to ruin. He is the shame of Elbaf. And then, all right. So I waited a long time to do this video because Oda. I've never if Oda ever draws a silhouette again, I don't care who it is. I don't even think, me personally, I don't think anyone looks like who he looks like right now because Oda and his silhouettes, he be trolling. He is the biggest troller. I swear. Like this dude Loki, he looked goofy in his first silhouette in Whole Cake the first time we seen Loki, but this dude, the real Loki, his design is fire. His fit is crazy, and the way that he is chained up to the tree. But mind you, it took all the giants to take this one giant down, Loki. And this dude looks like a problem. Black Air Force energy. That's the type of vibe I'm getting from him. And he just got his eyes covered and just smiling and says to Luffy. And Luffy's like so small compared to him. It's just crazy. Loki, I think Loki is bigger than the average giant because this man is huge. Pause, but this man's huge, and like I wouldn't want to fuck with this dude. I think his character design is better than Kaido's, honestly, because wow. And so back to the chapter. Loki is like, name yourself, and of course in Luffy's fashion, he says, "I'm Luffy, the man who will become king of the pirates." I love when he says that because every time he says it, I just believe it a little bit more each time, even though he's been saying it for years. Every time he says it, I'm just like, I'm with you, big dog. And then Loki's like, king? And then Luffy's like, where am I? And who are you? And when I tell you that Elbaf, the size of Elbaf, I thought Elbaf was going to be big, but the size and the detail of Elbaf exceeded my expectation. I'll let you know right now. And Loki's like, this is Warland Elbaf's Kingdom of Warriors, the most powerful nation in the world, which once lived and breathed warfare. You see that? You heard what he said? Once lived and breathed warfare. So something had to happen, and I don't. And the way the silhouette portrayed Loki, that he was like he reminds me kind of a Sanji type character, like how big his heart is and all that stuff. But this Loki, I think something happened to him when he got the fruit because this man. And after Luffy asked him who he is, he's like, "And I am the Sun God who brings the world to an end, Loki." And his eyes are like lighting up, and the whole island of Elbaf is shaking off of this man's aura. And let me tell you, that man got aura. This picture right here got the whole shit shaking. This man, ooh, 10,000 plus aura. Ooh. But that is the end of the chapter, and yes, I'm sad to say that it will be a 2 weeks hiatus on the One Piece chapter. So, with that being said, I will be doing a different manga to read, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully y'all comment and just tell me what y'all want to know. Read. I'm down to read anything. It can't be weird. I'll tell you that much. Like One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen and Dan are like the only mangas I really read right now. So like I'll be down to read more mangas, but yeah. Thank you for being with me. I hope you had a good time. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
I got a outro. Thank you for watching. TT. My bad. Thank you for watching TTA. Please go subscribe to the channel at Freaky TB. Thank you for watching.